Hey everybody, welcome back to Variant Intel. Today is episode 17. Wow, we're doing two a week now. This is the start of doing them two a week. Today's special guest is none other than King Graves. How are you, sir?
Guys, what is going on? I am doing great. I am doing great. How are you?
I'm good, man. I appreciate you coming on. I know we've been trying to do this for a hot minute. We've been in
Yeah.
DMs for like a long time. It's so good to finally have a chance to get you on the show. And actually, it's interesting because this is kind of an exact reason why we're gonna from now on kind of start doing this twice a week. My goal is to put out a new episode Wednesdays and Fridays. I'm
Okay.
gonna go a couple weeks, see how this goes. We may shift the Wednesday episode to a Tuesday. We'll see, but this is a result of direct feedback from the community, from folks such as yourself. Shout out to Lolo Hells. I had a conversation with her. Hopefully, we'll get her on soon. But the general feedback was either can we have more of these or can we have more than one guest on at a time? And given my current scheduling and how everything works, I think I'm gonna try out just more than one episode a week and see how it goes. So
Gotcha.
again, man, I'm so glad you're here and finally we get to do this.
Right.
So for the community out there that hadn't had a chance to really interact with you yet, man, give us a little bit of your background and how long you've been a variant. Just give me all the things, man.
Man, I'll give you guys the whole story.
Do it.
I
Let's
won't
do
be
it.
too long-winded. I'll be concise and hit the targets. But my name is David Graves, aka King Graves. I grew up in Westchester, which is in Pennsylvania. It's like 30 minutes outside of Philly. Man, I fell in love with video games. My mom got me my first Xbox.
Ooh.
We weren't that yet.
Hey,
Xbox
shout out to
360.
all the moms.
Right, right. It
Moms
was
got
it
your
was
back.
crazy. Man, yeah, we didn't have a lot of money. My parents were divorced, so we were doing our own thing. I have four brothers, so initially I was sharing my older brother. I was sharing his PlayStation. I can't play as much as he can play because his,
Yeah.
but she got it at a work raffle. Man, I fell in love. We played
Whew.
like Halo, all Halos, and I was the type of person who would get the strategy guides before even getting the game because that's how
Oh
hype
yeah.
I was. Right. So when we get these, guides from Midnight Society, I love that. So it kind of takes me back to there. But I had dreams to be a game art designer. I went to the Philadelphia Art Institute.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, they lost money. We were starting to lose certain buildings, and I was like, yeah, something's not right here. So I eventually transferred. I went to Westchester University. Went for game art and design. I minored in marketing, or I went for graphic design and I minored in marketing. Still with the game art design dream. I was like, man, this is as close as I'm gonna get from my hometown. They didn't have anything that had to do with that, but eventually I graduated. Moved on from there. I did a lot of cool things in my professional graphic design career. I got to make a Philadelphia 76ers shirt. I joined a
Ooh.
competition with them, so I was able
Let's
to go
go.
down, ring the bell, do all that. Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was
That's cool, man.
yeah,
That's
it
a
was
big deal. Look, hey, that's an NBA team right there, man. Like, I mean, that's it. Hey, that's a hell of a portfolio accomplishment right there.
Yeah, it's on. I put it on my website if you guys ever want to check it out. It's gravesstudio.design. But being able to do that was really fun because it kind of showed me that it don't matter who you are. You can do whatever you got to do as long as you put your time and your work. And I did that during finals week, and I was like, let me just do this. I didn't think I was going to do it. My girlfriend at the time, she is now my fiance. She was like, just do it. You never know what's going to happen. So I got
That's
that.
a cool story, man.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
it's crazy. It teaches you a lot. But from there on in, watch doc, everything worked. And still, and Helmet probably feels the same way with this. Like there's times in life where you're like, yo, like I can do more. Like there's no way this is it. Like there's no way this 9 to 5 is it. Something there's more. I feel it. Um
Mm-hmm.
so when they first released, when you were able to get the NFTs and all that was going through, and the visor cortex and everything, I was like, man, I was hurting at the time because if you guys don't know, with COVID and everything, there was layoffs. I got laid off. I was DoorDash and I was doing whatever. And I was like, man, I don't know if I got $50 for this. And my one friend Kev, if you guys have ever seen Killer Kev, he was like, Dave, man, what do you like? This is a once in a lifetime chance. Like, what are you doing? Like,
We
this is
got
the
to figure
time.
it out, man. Got to
Right,
figure it out.
right. So
I'm
I
with you on
said,
that. Yeah, and it is. It's interesting how you know, yeah. I mean, and these NFTs, they ain't getting cheaper. So
no,
I get
no.
it.
Right, right. So I said, screw it, man. Let's do it. So we got the NFTs, and then being a part of this amazing community was just eye opening. And here we are, getting able to do all this fun stuff, getting able to go to the snapshots events, And playing the snapshots has always been fun. Meeting Helmet and everyone else in the community, it's been amazing. So that's my story, guys.
Oh, that's awesome, man. And I definitely want to talk a little bit about this design stuff, especially where it pertains to this upcoming UGC stuff, right? Like they're
Hmm.
pushing the UGC mode, the user generated content, super big time, and you're already seeing examples of it with OMA Monster and a lot of these other creators. And if you're doing graphic design, tell us, the community, the people want to hear, man. Are we going to be seeing some King Graves weapon
Listen,
skins, or
man.
what's your forte? Like, what are you excited about with that stuff?
Guys, I do it all. I usually don't categorize myself as a graphic designer.
Ooh,
categorize myself as multimedia. I'll do anything from Illustrator to Blender to UE5. I know how to do it all.
man, that's great. So I
So
mean, like what's probably the standout thing in your mind that's really kind of got you? What's like the first thing you want to do with UGC? Like, what's the
oh
one thing,
man.
if you right now today, King Graves, you can only pick one thing. What's that thing you just gotta jump on?
I'm designing events. I'm going there
Woo.
doing maps and everything else, certain special events. Like I said, my one friend, Killer Kev, we went to school together. Me and him have been talking behind the scenes. So I'm like, yo, when this launches, it's over. Because like you said, you see Ome Monster, you see Mayors doing live action.
Yep.
They're hitting while the fire's hot. So I'm
Yep.
like, I don't want to copy off of these guys or do any of that stuff. Where it's not really copying, you can do whatever you want, but it's like, these guys were here first and they did it. So I'm like, I want to make my stamp on Midnight Society and put some stuff in there. So events, guys, look out. It'll be coming once it drops.
Yo, I'm excited about that. I mean, like any teasers or like, I mean, I
You know,
don't feel pressured. I'm just
right, right.
I like to. It makes
Um,
me excited because like there's a lot of people that are going to be doing all the things, right? Like maps, modes,
mhm.
just like Halo customs, right? Like everything's on the table, so it's like that idea is really exciting to me. So like, if you got any teasers, I'm down. But at the same time, don't feel pressured at all. So
Yeah, I got some teasers. Mostly just because when you think about the core of gaming, it's gaming with your friends.
yes,
When you game with your friends, there's certain events. You know what I mean? Whether it be seasonal, whether it be in game, whether it be in game story events. Destiny has raids. Raids
yep.
are an
Oh,
amazing
they're
thing.
freaking amazing.
Right,
If you got the time and you get a good team and you make it jive, dude, like you might be there 6, 12 hours, but
right,
you would
right.
get that sense of accomplishment. It's unlike anything else. I agree.
Exactly. So it might not be a raid. I'm just saying, but guys, it's gonna be something fun where I have to deal with that. But I just want everybody to be able to come together and say, "Yo, this happened, and it happened during this part of the time."
Mhm.
And I want the community to see, even if Rob and them don't get to see it, as long as the community has fun, and you have fun gaming with your friends. That's the main point. But that's my little teaser, guys.
Okay, okay. So events. So that's cool, man, because that's that really, like, game modes and maps and different things, like that's all going to be there, but like tying all those together and bringing in your friends to some kind of event, it takes it and ups the scale of it a little bit. And I really like the idea of that because and it all sounds great, but yeah, like imagine like you said, like a raid, or maybe like since Dead Drop has trios, which we don't know if down the road they're going to have quads or how they're going
Right.
to do that and how that system's going to evolve. But I imagine like Destiny has like mini raids and they call them dungeons, and it's a three
Hmm.
man instead of a 6 man. So
Right.
like I imagine something like that in Dead Drop, especially with the prospect of a loot based extraction shooter, right? So
Exactly.
anything that the community comes up with that's like an event where I have to go in with my team and there's loot to be had and it's some special mechanics or something, and then at the end of it, there's this prize or sense of accomplishment. Like that's very vague the way I just described it, but like no, it all sounds great. It like you said, it the most fun, at least personally, that I've ever had playing games is
Right.
with friends,
Right.
and so I can absolutely relate on that level. UGC though, they've touted that they're gonna give us the same tools that they have. So
Right. Right.
now I think that also means like if you're versed in Blender or other things, like a lot of that stuff apparently has a way to transfer into UE5.
Yes.
But the developers have also said that one of the benefits of developing in UE5 is when the engine gets an upgrade, Dead
Hmm.
Drop gets an
Gets the
upgrade.
upgrade.
So,
Yep.
which is really cool. It seems like this, what's the word? Like this cohesion with the
Yeah. Yep.
being built in
Yep.
Unreal. There's a
Hand in
lot
hand,
of
pretty much. Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of things you can do externally that can port in, and
Hmm.
there's this. It's not maybe perfectly seamless, but really transferable.
Right,
right?
right.
And you
Yeah,
so
yeah.
tell what's your experience with you said you've worked with Blender and did a lot of different things like so for the audience and especially
Right,
in my case I'm learning too because if I go to touch the creator tools that they're going to provide like that's going to be brand new territory for me
right,
so
right.
for folks like myself and the listener like what's your experience what are some things you've done with Blender and how do you see that transferring into Unreal and what do you like about the the new UE5 and so I guess it's a weird like
It could.
multifaceted question but talk to us
Nah, I
about
got
that.
you. I got you.
Yeah.
And I got some advice for people out there as well. I know Mayor gave out some advice as far as starting in Fortnite or starting in Halo Forge. That's really where everyone started.
Yeah.
A lot of my graphic design stuff happened with that, but me, I kind of dove into Blender after the Snapshot 5 event. Like I said, time and place, and you got to go for things. It's kind of like what I did with the Sixers, but I went out there on a mission. I said, "Yo, I'm gonna meet Rob. I'm gonna meet Quinn. And I'm gonna meet Doc. Maybe not
Yeah.
in that order, but it's gonna happen." So
Yeah.
I made. I don't have. Actually, I do have a picture of it. I use it as like a camera thing, but I made a business card that's a Cortex, like a visor Cortex. So I designed it.
That's super cool.
I got like 200 of them made. I said, "Yo, we're gonna do it." So I know a lot of the. I don't know if you were there, but I know a lot of people went to the hotel bar that everyone was staying at.
Yeah, I missed that one. I went to the hotel lobby and visited some folks because it was right by the venue, but
Right.
I kind of missed out on that get together, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was a crazy storm. It was like a tornado going on during that time, but
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I rember.
yeah, yeah. We heard the sirens, and I'm from Philly, so like hearing these sirens and everything, and there's a guy outside smoking a cigarette, just chilling. I'm like,
Just
no
chill.
one's, no one's worried about the sirens and like the winds, but
Tornado, schmornado, whatever.
right, right. So I guess that's normal in Texas, but we went there. Um, Doc was chilling. I'm not somebody who likes to interrupt certain things, so Doc's chilling with everybody, and we were talking. So he leaves, and then me and Killer Kev went down there, and I was talking to him. He said, "Yo, Doc's on his own," but there's Rob. So Rob's standing by himself. No one's talking to Rob.
Hmm.
So I'm like, all right, let's just go talk to Rob. So we go talk to
Yep.
Rob, and you guys might have heard this on the AMA. I'm gonna set the story straight
Oh yeah, here we go.
because I think Rob kind of got it wrong. And I'm gonna get to the question. Sorry that
No,
Helmet
you're
had,
good.
but
You're
it's a
good. You're good.
long-winded one, but it's in there. But we go up, and Kev goes, "Yo, do you remember us? Like, what's up, Rob?" And Rob's like, "Yo, you guys were at the LA event, right?" And we were like, "No." And I go, "Rob, I'm gonna be honest. We've played a lot of games of Call of Duty with you, and Kev just assumes that you're gonna know us by our voice." And he starts laughing. We start laughing. He's like, "So
Yeah.
you guys think I'm gonna remember you by your voices?"
Yeah.
And we were just dying. So we were talking about certain things. And then we got to
That
go
to
meet
me
Doc.
sounds like it's almost like this excitement, it's almost like a
Right,
celebrity like
right.
it's Robert Bowling, he's
Hmm.
been with Call of Duty forever and
Exactly.
he's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
got that status so like and it is like as gamers I can totally relate to like that awkwardness when you're meeting
Mhm.
somebody in person and
Right,
especially where it's like because you don't we were talking about this earlier you don't use your real name like you use your
right,
gamer tag or whatever
right.
and that's how
Exactly, exactly.
and even that like especially if you're not if you're more of an introverted person it's kind
Hmm.
of even more awkward so
Right.
like I totally see how that situation must have been kind of hilarious.
Yeah, it was. I was like, we got to open it up with something. But Kev's
Yeah,
a
you gotta
really
do
great
something.
guy. Yeah. So Kev opened it up. I give him
It's
everything
like
for
yo
that.
you
But
remember me like
right, right. But it trails down after this too. So we're gonna get to the even funnier part. So we're talking to Rob and everything, and I said, "Yo, there's Doc. Like, do you think we can go meet Doc?" And he was like, "You'll see him tomorrow." I was like, "There's no way, bro. Like, everyone's gonna be
oh
there."
yeah those lines were
There's
nuts.
Yeah. Oh, so we go talk to Doc. Doc's talking to us. He cracks some jokes at us. Kev's 6'1". Of course, Doc is 6'8". So he's
Yeah,
talking to Kev. He said, "Oh, you're 6'1". He said, "How tall are you, Dave?" I was like, "I'm 5'11". He was
yeah.
like, "Ah, couldn't be me." I said, "All right, Doc. Like, no one,
Yeah.
no one needed that, but okay." So we're talking. But fast forward, the event, end of the event. Once again, synchronicities. Quinn walks by. He's talking to people, and I was like, "All
Mhm.
right, let's wait for him to be done talking." So we go to him. I hand him my business card, and he's like, "Oh crap! Like this is really cool. Like you did this." I was like, "Yeah." It's supposed to be the visor Cortex and it has my name on it and everything else like that. He's like, "All right, like I'll take this. I'll be right back." So we're waiting in this line, just like Helmet said. I don't know. It was like 2.5 hours or whatever, how long it was, man. I
Yeah.
was tired. So we get to the front of the line and Rob goes, "King Graves, Killer Kev, do you remember me?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God." So we just start laughing at everything. And
That's
I was like, "Yo,
awesome, man.
Rob." Yeah, listen, Rob is a great guy.
Dude,
One
he's
of the
so
most down
cool.
to
Yeah, I got
earth
to meet him
people.
too. Yeah, Rob is look, and this is what I mentioned. I'll just say this real quick, and then I'll let you get back to it.
Yeah, no, go ahead, go ahead.
I tell people this almost like every episode. It seems like at this point, but I really talk about Midnight Society, and as far as like their approach to community building, and like when I tell
Hmm.
you like they mean it, like they mean it. Like meeting them in person, like I had developers come up to me, like I think I was in the hotel lobby, just kind of mingling with everybody,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
Darren Bacon, the art director,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
like I just hear him call my name from behind me. Like I didn't even know he was there. He's like, "Yo, HELMETFIRE, is that you?" And I was like, "Yo, what's up? Yo, Darren, right?" He's like, "Yeah." And like
Yep,
they
yep.
like him and Brad and Brandon Mays, one of the weapon designers,
Hmm.
like they were curious to hear from like not just me but other community members. Like they go out of their way to approach the community and talk, and they're real people. Like they're real with
Hmm.
you, and
Hmm.
like so when they say we're community first, like it like is very genuine, and it's
Yes, yes,
really cool to
yes.
see. So yeah, please continue.
Yeah, so even with Rob doing that's the inside joke. We'll
Yeah,
probably keep doing that with Rob. I have no idea, but the
yeah,
fact that
yo,
I
you
remember
remember
that's
me?
funny. Right. So I said, Rob, like I don't know if Quinn showed you, but like I have a business card. So I gave Rob the business card, and Quinn's like, nah, I didn't forget. I showed him. He was like, wait, you made this? And I was like, yeah, like here you go, Rob. He was like, oh, this is really crazy. Like this is cool. So I
Mm.
talked to them a little bit. Of course, I go to Doc. I talked to him a little bit. I didn't give it to Doc because I'm like, Doc doesn't. I don't think he like he
Yeah.
would care, but he's like, this has, you know what I mean. Hand it to the guys who kind of handle this stuff.
Yeah.
That's like kind of like going to Jay-Z and giving them your mixtape, but you should really be giving
Right.
it to the people in the office, right?
Yo,
So
check these tracks out.
right, right. So I left that alone, talked to Lupo, go to the dev team, and I was like, hey guys, they're like, wait, are you the one who made the business card? And I was like,
Yeah,
you guys know about that? And they're like, yeah, Quinn showed us. So I'm handing it out to them. They made
that's
me
so
sign
cool,
it.
man.
So I was like, I felt like they were treating me like a celebrity at this point, but
Yo,
it was
yo,
really
shout out to
cool.
Quinn. Look, this is
Yo,
actually a
Quinn,
prime example. Look, Quinn, the way Quinn was shouting you out with your business cards, he did the same
yeah.
thing with a whole bunch of the community members at the
Oh,
event,
okay,
not just me.
okay.
Like
Hmm.
I'm real proud of that and everything, and it's so cool of him to do that. But he called out a bunch of people's names, and he was quick. Quinn is just like the rest of them, very quick to go up and say hi, and
Right,
get
right.
your feedback, and just chop it up, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
no, Quinn, all these guys and gals, just
Yo,
10 out of 10, man.
they're real people, and it's I take where when your heart kind of shows on the surface, you know what I mean, and they're
Yeah,
they're stern and they're serious. So when I gave all them the stuff and I signed it and I told Quinn about it and everything, and then Quinn was like, this is how you make it in the industry. Like you don't make it by sitting on the sidelines, you come up and you talk to whoever. So I was like, oh shoot, like that. So he said something to me that kind of
yeah.
rung
That's
true,
in
and I
other
was
words,
like,
like
oh
number
man.
one, good job. Number two,
Right,
keep doing it.
right,
Keep doing
right,
more of it. And yeah,
right.
that's I agree. That's that I'm glad that they are of that mentality, right? Like that's
Right,
yeah, because there are so many. Look, and here's the thing: do you have to be someone who creates or is
right,
talented to be part of this
right.
community? Absolutely not.
No,
But if you do something, don't be shy. Like
right.
put it out there, man. Like you never know, right?
Right. So we did all that, and when we left, I turned to Kevin. I said, "We did it. Like we did what we came to accomplish to do." But I told him, I was like, "Yo, they're not going to give it to us. Like I would love to work for a video game company. If I could be their graphic designer or something, junior, whatever. I'll take it. I would be the
Right.
dream. That opens up doors." But I said, you heard what Quinn said. Like this is how you make it, but it's not over. Like we have to work to obtain this. So with that being said, going back to Helmet's original question, I got home and I went straight to work. So I said, "All right, we got to learn Blender. We got to learn other stuff because you never know what they need as far as a graphic designer or going forward." So I decided to make a short film around the time, Mayor was making his short film. So he was
Mhm,
doing live action. I was like, all right, let me try and learn Blender. Let me try and learn UE5 and everything. So I came
mhm,
out with Midnight Protocol. But before then, hopped in Blender. My main advice with that stuff is you can't be afraid. You're going to mess up. You're going to have to start over. You're
mhm,
going to have to watch 1,000 tutorials, but don't let that deter you. So I made a visor cortex. It took me about a month to make the visor cortex in Blender, with the shaders, the glows, the material, whatever it had to be. I made it and I put it in the video. Then I put it out, so they were able to go see it and watch it. And Rob liked it, and I think he kind of shouted me out about a little bit too, which was really cool. Like I said, they're really cool people. But you can't be afraid of doing all this stuff and just going in. UE5 is more user friendly, I think, than Blender, because you can get a lot of the assets online, download them, throw them in there. You can make whatever. So you just got to dive in. You got to get your hands dirty.
yep.
But
Yep.
that's my advice for anybody. You never know what you can create. And sometimes you need that fire up under you. But with the UGC mode, I think it's going to be a lot more streamlined and friendly. So I can't wait. But just to practice, man, get in there. If you want to go head first, go straight to UE5. If you want to go light, do Fortnite and Halo Forge and all that. So
Yeah. I think I think I'm just gonna mess with UE5 once they give us whatever the tools are.
yeah, yeah,
And for me, I'm just kind of thinking more like either weapon or character skins.
right,
Um,
right.
but I understand that character skins, that involves like the characters. So you got the rigging, the animation, and the textures and all this stuff. Which, as there was a conversation that was going on with Henry, one of the devs that does the animations for
Mhm.
Midnight Society, and he was saying like that's one thing that's good about working at a studio is like there's a person for each of those things. Whereas
Right,
if you're
right.
developing on your own, you're doing all of it. So
Yeah,
like my hesitation is more like I would have to learn all those disciplines, but we'll see, right? Like I'm still gonna jump in and check it out, but at the end of the day, um, like King Grave said, is if there's something you're passionate about, and that could be audio, it could be graphics, textures, it could be something simple, just maybe just animating and rigging,
right, right.
like jump in, man, because like a studio that's going to give you the same tools that they're using to build the game, like nobody
Exactly.
really does that. Like Halo gives you Forge, but make no mistake,
Mhm.
folks, they have a lot more tools than what Forge gives you.
Oh yeah, oh
Forge
yeah.
is robust, it really
Mhm,
is,
mhm.
but there is absolutely a lot of tools that they don't give you for
Exactly.
probably a lot of different reasons. It could be licensing or
Yeah,
IP
copyright,
protecting, yeah,
everything.
copyright protects, a myriad of different things. But with the case of Midnight Society, like they're literally, Rob has said it a bunch of times, we're giving you the same tools that we use to create Dead Drop. So
Mhm.
we don't have an official release date on UGC yet, but they keep saying it's coming very soon.
Right.
King Graves, what do you think? Do you think we'll get UGC before Snapshot 7?
I listen, the way they're teasing this stuff and the way
Mhm.
they blow our mind with every snapshot, we very well could be. Because the way Doc's talking and the way Rob's been talking, everyone's like, "Yo, you thought the event for Snapshot 5 was gonna be crazy? Wait till you see Snapshot 7." And I'm like, "Alright, so
And
what do you mean by that?"
man, we got to cover this too. We got to cover this real quick. So, in regards to Snapshot 7, and this will tie
Right.
into my question I just asked you about what your prediction is, but so we recently got teasers about
Mhm.
what the next live event's going to be. Uh, I'll sum it up because we've covered it in detail already all over social media. But
Mhm.
essentially, it seems the teasers seem to say
Right.
that the next live event for Snapshot 7 will be Friday, October 20th.
Mhm.
Venue and time to be determined, and that it will be in Las Vegas. So there's a lot of interesting things about that, but Snapshot 7 is being touted as a very, very massive expansion to this
Mhm.
build of the game. They're
Exactly.
touting a lot of big features. Now, where it pertains to the question I asked you about your prediction, to me, I wouldn't be surprised if UGC comes before 7, but at the same time, that is one more thing they could use to hype up Snapshot 7. So,
Exactly.
knowing that, what do you really think based on that?
Imma say, and like, Helmet said, all speculation, everything. I watched his video and he was
Yep.
like, 90 what was it, 92 or 97 days? I was like,
Yeah,
"What, Helmet?
90
There's no way." I was like
yeah, 92 days from July 20th,
Right,
because that
right.
was the date of the
So
AMA, and
mhm.
92 days from that is Friday, October 20th, which is the
Right,
same time as TwitchCon.
right,
And there were other teasers that came out that have been since confirmed by devs about CU in Sin City, which is Las
right,
Vegas.
right.
So, given all that, I'm curious about like, they're going to put a lot of money behind this one. This is going to be a big marketing push like
Exactly.
Snapshot 5 was,
Right.
and big features to the game. UGC to me, I mean, on paper, it sounds like a good excuse to launch it with Snapshot 7 because that's just one more thing to help market it. But they're
Right,
pushing it
right.
so hard, I feel like it might be here sooner. I
I
mean,
mean,
I
if you
don't
had to
know.
think about it, this is my speculation, and then I'll put my point my hand to the crowd. This could be a home run. I don't know, but if you think about what they're pushing as far as Snapshot 7, cars, Las Vegas,
Oh,
that's kind of
man.
known for like a lot of the cars customization. So who knows? They could have a car in the thing. And with the car coming, UGC mode. UGC mode would match the car because you're able to customize cars. Maybe I even asked Rob. I was like, "Is it going to be like Need for Speed Underground or whatever?" He dodged my question,
Oh, well, yeah,
but
they can't give away
right,
the sauce. You know what I mean?
right, right. So you never know. So like I think car customization, UGC mode kind of fits hand in hand, and to put that in a big event would make a lot of sense to me anyway. But once again, just
Yeah, it's a
speculation. Who
big
knows?
feature, right? To me, like I'm thinking, if I put on the business glasses, right? I'm like UGC is like it is a big marketing tool. It's
Hmm.
it's a way to get the players way more engaged with the IP than
Yep.
just the game itself.
Right.
And you look at the success of Halo Customs over the last decade, last 15 years, and obviously it's just a huge community building tool
Hmm.
uh overall, right? So it's like, but at the same time, again, man, I maybe the only way I see them launching it before 7 would be like the month before, as
Maybe. Yeah.
a way to propel that marketing engine, right?
Hmm.
Like that's just my speculation again. But either way, man, I'm excited because I know people like yourself and a lot of these other amazing community members are just gonna be. I mean, Kubi. I don't know how to say that. Is it Kubijo? I don't know how to say his name, man. I'm butchering it so bad.
I think I
I
say Kubi too, so
I
it's
just
okay.
I
A
just
lot of
say
guys,
Kubi. I just say
right?
Kubi. The
Right.
dude's he's really good in the game. I get smoked by him all
Hmm.
the time. But then he's been creating some of the most awesome assets with people's variants,
Right. Right.
a whole bunch of community variants. He's been doing 3D. I don't know if it's Blender or whatever,
Yo,
but
I'm a
it's
be he.
it's
What
looking
is it called?
crazy, and he's already started to work on a map block out. So he's like
Yeah.
building tools to like in preparation for UGC. So people are already blocking out stuff. It's nuts
Hmm.
in the best
Yeah.
way. That's a good thing.
Yeah, he's really listen when he launched. That's the guy who did the NFT, like the animation NFTs
Yeah, yeah,
for
the
the game.
really
Yeah,
crazy just
talk
brought him to
about
life.
scary. Like I know a lot of like graphic design stuff, and I like to consume information, so I know. So I know
Yeah,
as much as the next guy. And I looked at this and I said, "What the heck did this guy do?" Like I don't even
yeah,
know
some
how
next
he
level
did
stuff,
that.
right?
Yeah, he used some crazy program. I can't remember the name of it now, but I don't know how that animates and moves this stuff. But yo, he's very talented. I will say that. But
Yeah,
I
people.
did
I
want to
mean,
piggyback off of what you said though. I think if they were to launch it before the event, they'll probably give it to a handful of creators. I would think more or less, Ome Monster, Kubi, all those
like in
guys as like
stages
a
or something.
right,
Yeah,
like a UGC light, just to say, hey, you guys are in the
yeah.
community. We need you to sign this NDA, of course, but we want you guys to test it out before we,
Yeah,
give it out to the public.
that does kind of make some sense because when you sign up on the site, it says like we'll be in touch as access rolls out or something like that. Don't quote me on the
Hmm.
verbiage, but what you said, I could see that being the case. Um, I could see him rolling out in stages, but again, um, I mean, they have said that their goal is to release it to everybody essentially, but
Right.
I
Exactly.
I feel like somewhere they said it would be in stages or they hinted at it or
They
something.
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
have
I
to go
will
back and look.
yeah, I'd back you up on that. I think they said like it'll be rolling out and
Yeah,
you can
like
assume whatever you
gradual.
want to assume with that. Yeah. And I would
Yeah.
imagine, like I said, they're probably gonna give it to certain creators first. Because if
Mhm.
you ask me, I know Ome's probably gonna be up there. He's gonna be up there with them
Oh,
doing something.
he's
There's
already
no
busy,
way he's
bro.
not
Did you
involved.
see
Right.
I mean, just since we're doing a shout out, I mean, he put out this like a concept weapon skin like pack or
Of the Sin Pack,
the
yeah.
the did he call it a sin pack or
Yeah.
a synth wave pack or
Yeah, the
something
synth
like that?
wave pack. Yep, yep.
Yeah, I was like, dude, and this is just scratching the surface of what this
Exactly.
community is going to be
Exactly.
coming up with, dude. Like, and great for Midnight Society, right? Because it's like the most awesome marketing engine ever.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah,
And
exactly.
but it's built from genuine. It's very genuine in its origin, right? Like I said before, like the developers, these are people that are very serious, very genuine. Uh, they care about their community and they're building it
Right.
organically from the get go.
Hmm.
Just a unique approach in the industry. No one's really doing it the way Midnight Society is doing it. So, and I mean, look, it's co-founded by the Doc, and Doc don't play around, man. When he goes into
Right.
something, I mean, he's one of the best in the business. So,
Exactly.
I'm excited for UGC and excited to see what folks like yourself come up with.
I'm hyped.
And I don't know how much stuff I'll be making in UGC because I'm a scrub and like I just like to. I'm a consumer, so
Right.
like I'll
Right.
be lined up to play you guys' material and
Hmm.
consume y'all's content for sure. But yeah, so for Snapshot 7, I gotta ask, man. Like, we obviously know something's coming with the car.
Right.
What other things do you predict we might see in 7?
Guys, like I said, they blow my mind every time. So who knows? We could see another. I don't know. Rob said maybe not another kind of like guild, like quote unquote guild,
Hmm.
like the cleaners. But seeing the cleaners and getting that, I think. I think they're gonna go all in on the car. I think they're gonna be, showing us everything that has to do with that. A lot of people are speculating that it's gonna be like Twisted Metal. If anyone's ever played
That would
Twisted
be,
Metal, it's
yeah,
a
bro.
throwback.
Yep, right here,
Right.
man.
So.
That would be cool. But like, so they're obviously working on another sector with this Proving Grounds too.
Hmm.
So, I mean, my assumption is that maybe that'll be closer to what cold storage is now by that point,
Oh
and
yeah,
maybe
for
both
sure.
of these sectors will be a little bit more fleshed out. But my hope
Hmm.
is that you will be able to in one match traverse between the two sectors like
Hmm.
Rob was talking about in the AMA. Like that's the ultimate
Right.
vision for them.
Right.
But where the car plays into that, I'm super curious. I'm super curious if the car is like a pre-match event or if the car can be accessed and used somehow during a match. I don't know that the geometry speaks that language.
Hmm.
It doesn't. I mean, there's certain areas that a car could fit for sure, but obviously not everywhere. It doesn't make
Right.
sense.
Right.
So I think what you said is probably closer to a fair prediction in that maybe it's a Twisted Metal kind of death race,
Hmm.
pre-match thing. But then I'm like, I hope that's not limited to like, because like if you jump into Fortnite or whatever else right now, like sometimes that pre-lobby is like 2 minutes, sometimes it's 5 seconds,
Right.
right? Like I hope whatever it is, like we actually have time to jump in the car and do something or whatever
Right.
that thing is before the
Hmm.
match starts. If and look, folks, we don't even know if we don't even know if we're in the right
No
ballpark
idea.
with that idea. Like
No
we have
idea.
no idea how they're implementing this car feature. So,
Right.
um, you know, we'll have to wait until October. It sounds like
Yeah.
so.
The only other thing I can think of is, like you said, it seems like we're getting sectors each big snapshot. So maybe another sector. So we have two, one, two, and three. But I think to go along with your idea with the car, it'd be kind of cool if maybe like we're there alone. We are racing like it's a pregame thing. You get to see angles of your car. You're racing to the tower, but maybe you want to extract and you get the wingsuit or whatever comes out when they want to give us new equipment.
Ooh,
You can get to your car, but maybe somebody's waiting at your car and they know when the garage opens, and that way you're fighting to get back to the hideout. Maybe you can, die. People get out their car, grab your loot, try and get back in the car, and then it's a whole thing of chaos. That'd be amazing. So
bro,
that's
wouldn't it
my
be? It'd be
prediction.
super cool if like the car like okay, let's assume it was some kind of Twisted Metal thing before a match,
Hmm.
but then what if the car was also implemented as a dramatic extraction, like,
Yeah, that'd be lit. That'd be cool.
but you had to find the keys to a car
Oh
in the
man, that'd be
match.
kind of,
Well,
yeah,
because
that'd be
like
crazy.
you have to go to the zip line, you have to go to the helo and
Hmm.
like jump into it. Like, how cool would it be if it's like, yo, I found some car keys and on maybe I killed somebody and took it off them, or I found it in the
Right.
world, and it's
Right.
like, oh, you got car keys, cool. When the car shows up, if you get to it, but I would like it if that ever. Guys, I'm in way left field with this, so just bear with me. But like, imagine if that was a thing. But then also like, okay, you see someone running the car, well, I can
Hmm.
blow it up and stop you.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
Like how
Yeah.
cool would that be? Or
I
maybe
think
even
that'd be
blow up the
amazing. Yeah.
helicopter, right?
Right. Or whatever's coming, man. That'd be a fun thing to do. That'd ruin a lot of people's
Like
days. But
the chopper's coming, and everyone's like, "Get to the chopper," and I'm like,
right. Right.
rocket launcher, like, nope, no, you ain't. How trolly would that be,
Hey,
bro?
I think those are all great ideas
I mean,
because,
you can shoot
it's
people off the zip line. I know because I've got shot while ziplining. I
oh
was
yeah,
right there, bro, and they took me out. I'm like, come
listen,
on, man.
every time high risk, high reward. That's,
It
do you
is
want to get out or
right.
do you want to stay?
Absolutely. So, no, these are all. This is so much fun, man. We're, we're so early in development, and these
Mhm.
features are, like you said, every snapshot they keep just surprising us with more and more. And from the sounds of it, they're gonna because Snapshot 7 will be the last one of 2023.
Yep.
So they're going out with a bang, it sounds like. So my hype levels just can't be contained at this point, man. I'm so
Hey,
ready.
I'm with you, man. It's been fueling me to create content. I have a lot of stuff I've been working on right now that will be like unveiling as months go on. So I'm hyped for people to see it. But it's gonna be crazy. So I
Yeah.
can't wait for I can't wait for Vegas if we're going to Vegas. I'm
Whew.
hoping, but
I'm
we'll
ready,
see.
man. I'm going. Hey, I told everybody as soon as those teasers dropped, I was like, start saving your money right now.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I know
Yep.
they haven't officially announced it, but they teased it enough because
Hmm.
I think they understand people want to plan. So folks, start saving your space dust right now because
Yeah. Yep.
flights and everything else, we know, this stuff ain't cheap, and
Hmm.
not everybody, it's not that easy. So at least with these teasers, we get a couple months more heads up than when they start
Right.
their marketing for it. So yeah, definitely, because I want to see all of you there. I really, these events, look,
Hey,
if you
man.
can go, if you find the means to go, it
Right.
is one of the best experiences you'll ever have in gaming. I'm telling you, meeting fellow gamers and Dead Drop players in person and meeting the developers in person, one of the
Yeah.
best experiences I've ever had in my life. So, highly recommend if you have the means to do it, start saving up, folks. It's totally worth it. So,
Yeah. I
um,
agree, man.
yeah. So King Graves, all right. So where can people find all of your content?
Man, I am everywhere. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. It's usually just King Graves or it's King_Graves 13, but or King Graves Gaming. Most of my stuff is on YouTube, so come on over to King Graves Gaming.
Mhm.
I'm on Twitch, YouTube, Kick. I'm kind of like everybody else now. We're just casting the net out there, trying to get everyone in. So you can find me wherever you can find me, man.
Well, I'll be stopping by a lot more. I know you got some cool stuff in the works. I'm excited to see what you're gonna make for Dead Drop, man, and I'm gonna be in line. I'm gonna be first in line to be trying it out
Listen,
alongside you and all the other great community members, man. I'm so happy that you're a part of this community. I'm so happy
thank
that
you,
you
man.
get to that we get to experience the content and the friendship, man. So thanks for being on the show today,
Hey, thank you, Helmet. And Helmet, if I see you in line or if I'm dropping anything, I'll let you know. If you guys don't know, listen, Helmet's
bro.
got good taste because he doesn't know this, but my favorite video game and my first ever video game I played was Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and he's got the
Ooh,
cabinet. That
bro.
is my favorite game.
Man,
So
they need
listen,
it. I wish they had cabs we could play at these events, bro. I would so
hey,
I would try my best.
listen, wait, before we go though, who is your team? Who is your team?
Oh, back in the day, it's been a minute, okay? Like
Okay,
I am out of practice. I'm nothing to write home about, but like my team back in the day was Gambit, Spider-Man, and Captain America.
okay,
It
okay.
was all
Well,
right. Iron Man was a little OP, the Infinites
so
was a little
yeah,
out of control.
I agree.
But and I know Gambit wasn't S tier or nothing, but like he was
That's true.
Gambit's my boy. So,
I respect it. That's a
you
team
know
of
what I
fighters
mean?
right there. That's well balanced with fighters.
Like
I
Spider Man's
inherited
kind of the
mine,
good
but
all around. Cap.
yo, oh,
Cap's he's you got to watch out for him.
yo, he's got some good finishing moves as
But
far as like
man,
movement
oh, and
goes,
I
man.
used to rock Akuma a lot too.
Okay, so
Yeah,
see,
I just that's
fighters,
just
fighters.
nostalgic because of Street Fighter and stuff. I grew
Right,
up playing
right.
Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and all this
Me
stuff.
too.
So,
Me too.
nah, man, we could talk all day about that. But look, if
Right,
it,
guys. That's all
yeah,
I wanted to ask. You
if
know.
if we ever get any of these cabs at these events, we'll definitely give it a round.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I got you. I'll give you mine though, just in case. I
Yeah, yeah.
inherited mine from my brother. It's Cable, War Machine, and Iron Man. So you
Oh,
already
there you
know.
go. Cable. Oh my God, Cable, dude. Oh
Yeah.
man. Oh, I got
Um,
like PTSD from playing against him.
right. But hey, man, thank you, Helmet. I appreciate
Hyper
being
Viper,
here.
man. Hyper Viper, right?
Oh my gosh, right. Um,
Anyway, all right, folks. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future episodes. We really appreciate you stopping by, and that's pretty much it. So thanks again, Graves, and we will see you in the tower. Have a good one, everybody.